Luxury has a zip code. It's tucked between the cliffs of the French Riviera and the eternal blue of the Mediterranean Sea. It's where Bentley convertibles outnumber bicycles, where dinner jackets outshine daylight, and where royalty, billionaires, and James Bond fantasies collide in 1 square mile. Welcome to Monaco, a place that doesn't just glitter, it gleams 24 hours a day. This is your guide to spending one extraordinary day in the most opulent microstate on Earth, a day in Monaco, where money never sleeps. We begin the morning as the light spills over the Marina. The scent of salt air and espresso lingers as Port Hercules wakes, one yacht at a time. But don't think of this as a dock. Think of it as the world's most exclusive parking lot, where each vessel costs more than your entire neighborhood. As the engines hum and crew members polish steel like surgeons in an operating room, you begin to take in the surrealism around you. But here's the contrast. While the port screams extravagance, the energy is meditative. Locals jog along the quay. Cafes fill with life as croissants cling to the edges of ceramic plates. Begin your day not at a hotel buffet, but at a harborfront cafe like Brasserie de Monaco. Organic juices, flaky pastries, and views worth millions, all for under 20 bucks if you skip the champagne. Take a moment, sip slowly. Monaco is intense, but this is your breather before it seduces you with its polished chaos. From the glitz of the waterline, let's ascend, literally and emotionally. A short walk takes you uphill into the heart of La Roche, or The Rock, home to Monaco's Old Town. This isn't Instagram Monaco. It's timeless Monaco. Narrow cobblestone alleys wind through centuries-old buildings in shades of coral and peach, trickling toward palatial viewpoints. Here you'll find the Prince's Palace, official residence of the Grimaldi family. At exactly 11:55 a.m., the changing of the guard takes place. It's ceremonial, yes, but somehow intimate. One gets the sense that Monaco makes a performance out of everything, even tradition. Feel free to pay the $10 and explore the state apartments. You're not just walking through rooms, you're moving through centuries. Frescoes imported from Italy, baccarat crystal chandeliers, and marble floors kissed by noble footsteps. You'll see the throne room, where modern royalty still handles affairs of state, and if you're lucky, a Grimaldi flag waving from the palace tower may signal that the prince himself is in residence. By now the sun is high and Old Town is buzzing. You follow your nose in a soft breeze toward La Montgolfière, a charming tucked-away bistro serving elevated Monegasque fare. Think Provençal sophistication with a Mediterranean soul. Bouillabaisse, tapenade, daube stew. You're wrapped in the aroma of thyme, garlic, and sun-dried tomatoes. There's an older couple seated beside you. They're not tourists. They place their order in elegant French. No menus needed. You watch the waitstaff greet them by name. Monaco has always been a playground for celebrities, but it's also a village. And that hidden duality, extreme spectacle yet lived in simplicity, is what makes it magical. From here, let your feet guide you down into Saint Martin Gardens, where palm trees and olive groves blend into cliffside views of the Mediterranean. Painted benches offer the perfect spot to recharge. You can hear the screech of seagulls circling below and the distant soft hum of sports cars in the distance. As you make your way through sun-dappled trails and sculptures, you'll realize you're not just visiting Monaco, you're absorbing it. Beyond the flowers and fountains stands the Oceanographic Museum, a limestone fortress of knowledge and marine mystery. Founded over a century ago by Prince Albert, the museum is more sanctuary than tourist attraction. Inside, aquariums burst with tropical life, while the rooftop terrace offers a view that feels stolen from a dream. This is Monaco's softer side, its consciousness, its connection to nature amidst chrome and cash. Now here's the twist. Most travel guides would lead you straight to the casino after this, but we're doing Monaco differently today, because the real story isn't always in the itinerary, it's in the pathway between. And now you're walking on the very streets where Formula One legends stake their names in fire and rubber. This isn't a racetrack just for show, it's Monaco's soul. Follow the white lines etched into the asphalt. Feel the weight of silence where there should be chaos. The calm of a track off-duty. You'll pass the Fairmont hairpin, notoriously tight and cinematic. Then the tunnel. Oh, the tunnel. Echoing with ghosts of V12 engines, flashing like lightning in every Monaco Grand Prix highlight reel. As you emerge back into the sun, the Monaco skyline pierces the blue above you. Glass towers, villas with terraced gardens, and rooftops lined with infinity pools. You're about to enter the legendary Monte Carlo district, where fantasy and finance blur like a mirage. Before the casino even appears, you'll be greeted by an unspoken energy. It's not loud, it's not wild, it's composed wealth. Lamborghinis glide by silently. Shoppers float in and out of Louis Vuitton and Chanel stores like it's an ordinary Tuesday, and in many ways, to them, it is. Now you've arrived at the crown jewel, the Casino de Monte Carlo. Built in 1863, the building is a Baroque masterpiece. Outside, perfectly trimmed hedges spiral into symmetrical wonder. Inside, velvet halls, golden archways, salons filled with baccarat glass and hushed wagers. Even if you don't gamble, step inside the foyer. Feel the weight of its history and the tension of every tossed chip. There's an irony here. Locals aren't allowed to gamble here, only foreigners. The wealth inside these rooms doesn't belong to Monaco. It merely visits. But then again, that's the dance of this city, a constant interplay between the regal and the restless, the native and the nouveau. For those who want the full experience, dress smart. No flip-flops, no hoodies. A $17 entrance fee gives you access to the salon rooms. Stay for a drink at the bar. Sip slowly. Let the soft jazz and whispered fortunes swirl around you. Outside again, the light is shifting to gold. The day is far from done, but Monaco is never in a rush. It simply transitions seamlessly from one form of elegance to the next. As you leave the Monte Carlo casino behind, you might think the grandeur peaked, but Monaco always keeps an ace up its tailored sleeve. Now's the perfect time to experience a different kind of richness, the kind money can't buy. Just 10 minutes from the casino, hidden like a whispered secret, is the Japanese garden, a sanctuary that feels like a world apart. Built under the direction of landscape artist Yasuo Beppu, this authentic Zen garden is a symbol of harmony, carefully curated with bamboo fences, koi ponds, and blooming cherry blossoms in spring. Here, even the wind feels intentional. The gravel is raked with delicate precision, and the sound of gently bubbling streams seems to silence your thoughts. In a town built on display, the garden asks for stillness. Locals come here to pause, to reflect, to slow time. And now, so do you. From serenity to spectacle once again. The day isn't over until Monaco has shown you what it looks like from above. If you're fortunate enough to have a rental car or an adventurous friend with one, the drive up to Tête de Chien rewards you with one of the most spectacular views in Europe, a panoramic cliffside lookout perched 550 meters above sea level. The road curves through sleepy French villages, pine groves, and coastal cliffs. Park your car near the summit and take a short hike up. It's not hard, but it's steep enough to feel earned. Then suddenly Monaco appears below, coiled into the landscape like a jewel embedded in stone. You see it all: the yachts, the palace, the casino, roads that loop like calligraphy, and the sapphire sea licking the edges. This is the moment. Sunset stains the sky in soft oranges and lavender purples. The Mediterranean flickers like a mirror. The roar of supercars has faded into silence, replaced by wind stretching across the ridge and the faint clang of church bells from a nearby village. Time slows here. Or maybe you just notice it for the first time all day. You breathe deep. You feel small, not in a bad way, in a way that makes you feel part of something legendary. People live here. People dream here. And for one day, you did too. As twilight deepens, descend gently back into town. You're now headed to where Monaco's elite end their days, not in clubs or casinos, but in hushed hillside dining rooms that don't care for social media or velvet ropes. Tonight, we choose Les Deux Frères, an intimate restaurant perched just outside Monaco in the medieval village of Roquebrune-Cap-Martin. The drive takes less than 15 minutes, hugging the coastal curves under fairy tale lampposts. Arriving feels like time travel. Stone buildings, wrought iron lanterns, ivy nibbling the shutters. Les Deux Frères sits quietly on a hilltop, with terrace seating offering candlelit views of the Monaco skyline below. Start with something indulgent, perhaps the house foie gras served with homemade fig compote. Sip a chilled glass of Sancerre, and you'll understand why French wine keeps stealing the conversation. For mains, try the magret de canard, duck breast drizzled in orange sauce, rich but elegantly balanced. Or go with the sea bass, the loup de mer, grilled to perfection and wrapped in rosemary-scented steam. And the staff? They're not there to impress, they're there to remember you. Ask them anything. Where to go next? What wine pairs best with dessert? They'll smile and answer like a local showing off their secret. Because here, dining is not commerce, it's connection. The meal ends with chocolate fondant. Warm, luxurious, melted just enough to remind you that indulgence doesn't apologize in Monaco. You glance once more at the glowing skyline, where the lights now pulse like sequins tossed across a black velvet sheet. And just when you think the day couldn't reveal another layer, Monaco says goodnight with the hum of nightlife slowly waking up. Rooftop bars filling with laughter, the American bar at Hotel de Paris shaking its first martinis, hotel balconies flickering to life behind gold-trimmed curtains. But you're satisfied. You've done Monaco right, because while others chase it like a status symbol, you experienced it like a story. You walk through its contrasts, from the humble rhythms of Old Town to the polished perfection of Monte Carlo. You strolled on racetracks and paused in Zen gardens. You saw the city not just from the ground, but from above, from the shadows of palaces, from romantic cafes and rugged trails. You tasted its soul, not just its sparkle. And now, whether you're headed back to your hotel, hopping on a helicopter to Nice, or driving your Fiat rental back along the coast, one thing is certain. Monaco doesn't sleep, and neither does its impression. It stays with you, like the last note of a symphony echoing long after the music ends. So, if this day inspired you, if Monaco moved you the way it moves artists, poets, and dreamers, we've got much more to show you. There's a world out there, stitched together with stories like this. Hidden corners of luxury and charm, waiting to be lived one unforgettable day at a time. If this video sparked your imagination, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you never miss our next journey. Whether it's a private island in the Maldives, a snowy escape in the Swiss Alps, or a secret village in the cliffs of Cinque Terre, we're taking you there, with guides that go beyond the surface, itineraries that feel like stories, and moments you'll never forget. Drop us a comment and let us know. What would your perfect day in Monaco look like? And where should we go next together? Until then, travel well, live richly, and remember, the best places aren't always the biggest. Sometimes they're just small enough to feel like they were built for you. Safe travels. We'll see you in the next one.